This is my third attempt to do tutorial 2-7. The first time the computer froze on me, the second time my screen recording software froze on me. So let's hope it works this time. First thing we want to do is we want to open from, we want to go to Maps. And I want 2.7. Open that up. Okay, we see a map of Pennsylvania. I'm going to do a file, save as, and we're supposed to save these in our exercises folders. And I've already done this once, so I'm going to call this 1B and save it. And then I want to double click on fishnet. I'm on step 1 at the bottom of page 76. And I want to go to my C drive. I want to go to where my srepress folder is, go to GIST1, go to data, go to data files, and go to fishnet calculations and double click on it. It's a spreadsheet file. It should open up Excel. And in the original spreadsheet, like I said, this is the third time through here, so I've already made the change. The original spreadsheet had the number 30,000 up here in B3, which should show up any second now. Okay, and right here is the number we have to change. It was 30,000, that's what it is in the book, and I had to change it to 10,000. You need to do the same thing on yours. The only reason for doing this is to do some calculations. It measures the number of meters for the top of Pennsylvania, the number for the bottom, and subtracts 2 to find out how tall Pennsylvania is in meters. It does the same thing with the width. And then what it does is it lets us determine how many cells we want to have, and it tells us how big our grid is going to be, and we're going to change our color scheme to Windows 7 Basic. And maybe that'll keep it from freezing up, and maybe it'll make it go a little faster as well. Okay. And so if we make 10,000 meters would be 10 kilometers. So we're going to divide the state of Pennsylvania up into grids that are about 10 kilometers long. If we do that, we'll have 33 grids going north and south. We'll have 51 grids going east and west. So the only point of doing this is basically to get these two numbers right here. Okay, and so we can close that. Or save it and then close out of Excel, and I think I got 2 Excels open here. And now we're going to go back to our Pennsylvania map, and we are now on the middle of page 77, and I want to go to my Windows tab and click on our Windows menu here and click on search, and I want to search for fishnet. And now it doesn't really explain why we had to do this, and I'm not sure why, but this is finding a tool for us that will create a fishnet that we can lay on top of our map of Pennsylvania. And when we run that program, and it's firing up right now, we should get a dialog box, and in the dialog box we need to make sure that our entries match the ones on page 78. Although this first one here is going to be a little different. The top level file folders will be different because you're reading yours from a different folder. You're not reading it from C necessarily, or at least not from the root level of C. So I want it to go to, and hopefully this will come up for you as well, My Exercises Chapter 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a shape file. And I've already got one called fishnet and fishnet 2 because I've done this twice before. So this time I'm going to call it fishnet 3 and hope that we get all the way through this time. And then here we have to tell it, you know, where we want the fishnet to go, how high and how wide it's supposed to be. And these numbers should match the ones in the book, and it appears that they do. And then down here is the number 10,000, which we got from our spreadsheet, or we put in our spreadsheet. And the number of rows we computed was 33, and the number of columns we computed was 51. And we're going to create a polygon, not a polyline. Click on OK. Now, what it appears is supposed to happen from reading the textbook is that there's supposed to be a layer over here that's got a grid on it. And that layer does not appear to be showing up. So we're going to click on our plus sign here, and we're going to go find that. And this was supposed to be fishnet 3. Maybe fishnet 3 has, maybe it's still working on that. Hang on a second. Okay, there it is. It just took a while, but eventually it popped up. And it says turn it off. Well, it should be redrawing now. This computer seems to be very slow when doing stuff on ArcMap. Go back here to the original. Okay. And apparently the counties are getting covered up here. Let's see what happens if I drag this one up. There, now I can see the counties. It says turn off the fishnet label though, and what we want to do is we want it a hollow fill. So click on the little color patch down here and make it hollow. And we want a tan outline color, so you know that looks like kind of tan to me. Click on OK. Oh, there's tan. It's actually called tan, but that's for the fill. So I want hollow, and we're going to go with mango. Actually, what's this? It's going to have to work. And then move counties above the fishnet, which I did. Actually moved it all the way to the top. And let's turn the fishnet back on. And actually, no, if you look at the picture on the top of page 79, it certainly looks like their fishnet is on the top. So I'm actually going to move that up to the top. And now compare that with what's on the top of page 79, and looks the same. Okay, now I want to go to selection. What we want to do next is we want to get rid of these squares that are outside of the state of Pennsylvania. So we're going to go to selection here, and we're going to select some cells by their location, and we want to select features from fishnet. And we want the ones that intersect the fishnet and the Pennsylvania county. So all this stuff out here does not intersect, so we should get rid of that. So if I click on apply, remember the selection always turns blue, and click on OK. And now what I want to do is I want to make that into a separate layer. So I'm on the top of page 80 now. It says in the table of contents, right-click Fishnet, or Fishnet 3 in my case, and choose Data Export. And what we want to do is we want to export that selection. And where is export? Go to Data, Export Data, and I want the selected features, which would be the blue squares here, and I want them to be I want to go to chapter 2 here. Let's see if we can find that. So there it is, assignment 2. Whoops, that's 1-2. I want to be in 2-1. Wrong place. Not assignments. It should be in exercises. Chapter 2. And we're going to call this Fishnet PA for Pennsylvania. And save it. Click on OK. So do I want to add that to the map as a layer? Yes, which means I will get another layer over here called Fishnet PA. And now I don't need Fishnet 3 anymore. That's the one with the tan outline, so I'm going to remove that. And if you got something on there called Fishnet label, Fishnet underscore label, you can go ahead and remove that as well. That did not show up on mine for some reason. And this, except for the color, this should look the same as the picture on the bottom part of page 80. And because I've had so much trouble getting through this tutorial, I'm going to stop here and divide this one up into 2 parts. So we're going to do a stop the video.